during the FURIA FPX game at Pro League, we actually saw FPX come into Nuke with a specific game plan in mind, right? So some example here is actually through the smokes that they use. So this is actually a diagonal line of smoke, which we traditionally do not see. We normally see either ones crossing towards secret, the L block ones as well, or technically a variation of those, right? And in this matchup specifically, we see them use this diagonal line pretty much every single time. And I'm actually basing this off of the way that Junior tends to play outside. So in this clip, for example, at round 2 of that matchup, he's already pushing back towards under nest, that sort of area, towards nest. And FPX know damn well that he's going to be doing this. So you'll see in a second that they will actually use even a flashbang specifically targeted to hit exactly where he is sitting as well. And I thought, okay, well, this is quite an interesting one because they've clearly had, a lot of research in mind with this. So I thought, okay, I'll have a look through the heat maps and see, or actually look through the games as well, see what kind of movement does he have. Because as shown in the heat maps that I've gone through right here, he tends to play, a CT aside on the Cloud9 matchup. There wasn't many rounds, of course. NIP, he's again towards that outside deeper area as well. Against Na'Vi, we saw more of the same again. And then even further in the other Na'Vi matchup that they had, it was more of the same. So with that in mind as well, we're actually just look at the kills that he had on the CT side as well, so you can see from where he's getting those kills. Other than the Na'Vi game in the top right of this visual, they're basically all pretty deep / not in outside. So FPX carried on targeting this area and essentially forcing Junior to be 1, uncomfortable, and 2, forcing him to play differently to what he would ideally like to play. So in this round they do that same set of smokes, Junior's on an AWP this time, and he's actually forced to then go under nest towards ramp, which, that tends to be the go-to for an outside player. If they're AWPing, they usually go towards ramp, or they then will go up towards nest, which is what he does in the end anyway. And that's primarily due to the smokes fading, so he can then have a look once more. In this round, the FPX actually go down secret and they run into Furia's stack, but ultimately you can see that he's already been forced to play a bit differently. So the round straight afterwards, they do the exact same smokes, and we're going to see the exact same way that Junior plays it. The smokes come through outside. We'll see Junior then do his usual rotate away from garage towards the under nest area, and he will once again go towards ramp. And of course, when he's going towards ramp, what do you know? FPX actually go towards ramp. They Molotov the elbow position, which means he's kind of getting neutralized. Meaning he can't really help Vinny in this situation where Vinny, frankly, needed the help and he just couldn't provide it. Meaning we now yet again see Furia, or Junior specifically, having to play differently and having to adapt on the fly. Round 7, FPX actually hit them with a bit of a classic. Like, this is a strategy they ran in Godsend a lot of the time during the Crystal times. And this actually catches them off guard as Furia were getting ready to do a set play, which you can see because of the 2 players on site, this was clearly a plan in mind. And this got disrupted immediately. Of course, considering the situation that this was in as well, it means that they did not give away what they were planning to do. So of course, they decided to run it in the next round anyway. So round 8 comes through, it's the same smoke by FPX, and we're actually going to see 2 players go down the vent. But the main thing, as I said, is that they had 3 players going out of nest towards the A site on the CT side. So they're going to actually target 2 players through the hut into lobby, with Quesarato going to be using that to actually back them up as well. So we'll see it from this POV, you'll see Art come flying through in towards the dark area in a second, and then Junior is also there with his AWP. So whilst their impact in this round isn't really to the full effect of what this setup is meant to provide, it doesn't really give away what they were doing. Even though they get a kill, and Art does venture around a bit and make a lot of noise, they're still able to then use this in the following round as well. And this was quite a nice way of adapting to FPX essentially neutralizing the outside position, which typically, if you lose outside, you tend to go for a situation where, well, we need lobby control. We do not have outside control, we need lobby, and then from there we probably need lower as well. In this round, obviously, I said 2 players went down the vents. FPX go in towards lower, they plant the smoke, but look who's already here. Vinny's already rotated off ramp, because they know they have lobby control. Then you need to get towards lower, and Vinny does it in perfect timing. Kills the other player, and then the planter tries to get out as well, and Vinny gets the kill. And even here, this round is over. So round 9 is actually where this execute from the 3 players on A comes through perfectly. The flash comes through lobby, Art gets a kill, and then with the cover of Junior, he actually covers Art completely and gets another one. And due to that process, we see Maiden try and actually make a play through door where Quesarato is able to neutralize him. So the main thing for this is actually watching Quesarato's POV here. So he actually has a lineup for a flashbang which pops perfectly in the entrance for Hut into lobby. He throws that flashbang, Art gets the kill, and we even see a flash assist come through for the Junior kill, even though I wouldn't count that one. So Art's POV, just so you can actually see exactly what he does. I think this is a really nice 3-man, essentially a take, really. Because if they rush 8, you're ready for it, although they weren't ready on, round 7. But, you have the manpower there at the very least. We'll see it from Junior's point of view as well, because he is the other player with Art. And you can see he's already getting ready for this counter flash setup, as well as waiting for K-Serato's flashbang. And just for good measure, we'll actually show Vinny as well, just because he gets the final 2 kills of the round, so you can see what you should do as a ramp player when they're actually doing that in lobby. He basically throws his entire utility set straight at the ramp, and then as soon as the information is relayed that 3 people died towards lobby, he checks outside, because in this round, they do not have an outside player. Yuri is in main, which means all 4 players that are not Vinny are in upper, basically. So he clears outside, gets 2 kills in the round.